bog standard.
I just got back from my morning walk, and I was watching all the workers. They're doing more land reclamation near where I live. They're always reclaiming land in China, Hong Kong. They make work here. People have work because they make work. And I was thinking about all these workers out there in the hot sun, dumping big, huge boulders in the water to make land. And I was thinking, after a long, hard day of labor and work and mental work, all the jobs involved in these kinds of big infrastructure projects require a lot of hard work. Do these workers go home after work or go to a bar after work and talk about how heroic they are because they have a job, because they've earned a paycheck? I don't think so. I don't think they have much energy left over after the day to bother with telling themselves that they're involved in some heroic struggle to feed their families. I remember when I was young, I knew people, single mothers with 3 jobs, working their fingers to the bone to feed their family, kids that were friends of mine. And I never could imagine their thinking of the role they were playing as a mother and a breadwinner as a heroic thing. They just did it. And their kids appreciated them for it, as they must. But of course, some of us, we require heroic narratives to get ourselves through the day. If you think of a Syrian refugee, do you think of a hero or do you think of a slacker? If somebody runs away from a bad situation where they might be murdered or bombed or blown up, are they cowards or are they heroes? When a woman walks up from El Salvador with her children, because it's hard enough just to feed the kids in El Salvador under the circumstances that you're in, much less educate them. And you think, God, I have this dream that if I just went north, things would be better, because things are better up there. Is that cowardly? Is that heroic? If you stopped them at their own border and said, if you leave, you die. We don't need you up here. We don't have enough to go around. We don't have enough jobs. Our infrastructure is crumbling. Our water is terrible. We're running out of water. We don't have enough. You can't come up here. We don't need you. We don't want you. We're going to stop you. That's heroic. Well, that's one story we could tell ourselves. That's one story you might want to subscribe to. We have to be protected from the dealers and the terrorists and other kind of people who aren't like us. Every generation is captive of fear to one degree or another. So what's heroic? Is heroism only something like going to a foreign country and fighting in a war? Is biblical violence the only kind of heroism that matters? How about people who don't think of themselves as heroes at all? Or how about people who think it's more heroic to try to figure out a way to manage resources better, to organize things so that nobody has to be afraid? Everyone can live in dignity, and we can protect our environment and our habitat for future generations, and our children and grandchildren will be better educated than we are, healthier, stronger, happier people. Or do we retreat behind this heroism that says us against them, winners, losers, that zero-sum thing? there's just all of this kind of storytelling going on, this heroism, and a lot of it just isn't doing us any good at all. But if you need a heroic story to keep yourself going or to make you feel better about yourself, by all means, share it, tell it. Shout it from the rooftops. I think most human beings, they don't want to be heroes. They're just naturally heroic to their friends and family. It's really nothing that special. It takes a lot of energy and strength to live, doesn't it? So build the wall, or just get rid of all the borders, whatever. Do what you gotta do, and tell yourself you're being heroic when you do it, if that's what you need to do. And if you don't, well, God bless you, because you're probably the real hero. Anyway, it's a good day to live. The satellites are in the sky, the internet's whirring away. And because we're so fortunate to be here, why don't we go out and do something really, 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 really lovely, like make somebody blush, or break out in uncontrollable laughter, or give somebody a hug, or don't.
Concrete. Hey, we need more concrete!